Hi and welcome to the Azam Sharp channel. I'm your host Mohammad Azam, and we're going to continue learning SpriteKit development for making games. Now, if you're not familiar with SpriteKit, I will highly suggest that you go back and watch a couple of videos on SpriteKit. There's a playlist on the Azam Sharp channel called SpriteKit with three or four videos. And then you can jump onto this video because this video is extremely important. This is about collision detection. And in almost all the games, there will be some sort of a collision detection. It can be your hero will be colliding with the enemy will be colliding with some bullets or missiles. So collision detection is an integral part of making any kind of game that you're developing, okay? So let's go ahead and first run this application so you'll have a better idea of what's going on. Now, in this application, you can see all of these things, all of these balls are controlled by gravity. Okay, so I don't really have any control over any of these red balls that are moving. Okay, I have control over the white ball, which I can use using my accelerometer, but we are not going to do that in this particular screencast. We're going to save that for later on. Okay, so what I want to do right now is that whenever the white ball collides with a red ball, I need to get a notification because I need to do some things. Okay, and that will be the collision detection that we're going to implement in this screencast. So let's go ahead and do that. Before we even begin implementing the code, the first thing that you will need to implement will be the categories or the bitwise operators. Okay, so this is a very simple options or enum type that you're creating, and you are saying that this is basically BB physics category, and it will hold the integer values. So basically all these categories that you will define, and you can name anything that you want, but all these categories that you are going to define will have a bitwise operator representing them. Okay, so this is 1, this will be 2, this will be 4, the rotor is 8, mine, if you have any mines in the game, 16, 32, 64, and all of these things. So each of the sprite that you see on the screen will be identified with a particular category, okay? And then once one category of element collide with the other category of element, so our white ball will be user ball, and if it collides with the red ball, then we'll know that some sort of a collision actually happened, all right? Now, instead of creating different kind of red ball classes or white ball classes and all that, we have a single class called ball, okay? And it has an enum type, that's what kind of ball you want to create. It's a user ball, which is a white ball. Red ball, it will create a red ball, and green ball will create a green ball. And if you go over here, it's very simple. If the user pass in the type, the ball type as user ball, we are going to create the user ball using the white image, and then here it is where we are actually applying the category to BB physics category user ball. So this is a category. Now, since it has a category, we can make sure that it collides, and we can get notification of when this particular category collides with other categories. Contact test bit mask is a property on the physics body, and basically that is going to notify you that we're going to fire a method whenever a category of BB physics category user ball collides with a BB physics category red ball. And red ball, of course, represents the red balls on the screen. The same thing we're going to do with the red ball. The category is red ball, and we are going to, well, this is not really necessary. All right. That's pretty much it. So now we go to our game scene, all right? And we have to implement a method that will be fired whenever the bodies collide. So this is called didBeginContact method, okay? And inside this, we can say, let's just say over here, collision happened, okay? And the collision will, of course, depends on whatever categories that you have set and whatever contact test bit mask you have set. So category, so whenever a user ball, which is a white ball, collides with a red ball, then it means that we will get a notification, all right? So let's go ahead and run this. Now we have to wait till it collides. And here we go. So it collided, the red ball collided. And every time it collides with the white ball collides with the red ball, we get this notification. Pretty cool, right? Now we can go inside this and we can find out what kind of collision actually happened. Okay, so we have uint32 underscore t, and what kind of collision mask can we get? So we have contact dot body a dot category bit mask and contact dot body b dot category bit mask. So this is where you use a category bit mask. All right. So if now we can say over here, if the collision is equal to is a collision between the category, you can say user ball, okay, and between the red ball, then we can do something over here. Okay, so this now we know that the collision has actually happened between the user ball and the red ball because of the bitwise operators that we have set on the category bit mask. And we can do different things over here, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to just fire a method called self contact between user and red ball. And this is our custom method. It doesn't really exist. I'm just going to copy paste it over there, and then it's a pretty simple method. Basically, it's going to change the size of the red balls. One thing you need to understand also is that when the contact happens, it will have two bodies because the contact is between two bodies, body A and body B. But there's no way to know by hand that the body A will be the user ball, if it's the white ball, or the body A will be the red ball. So you have to make a check. Okay, like over here, we're making a check that if the body A category mask is user ball, then we know for 100% sure that the body B will be the red ball, and we can take action on the red ball. So let's go ahead and run this, and now you'll see that whenever, if ever, the red ball will collide with the white ball, here we go, it will change the size and it will disappear. And same will happen to all the other red balls that are colliding with the white ball. You will see, here we go. All right. So there we go. You have successfully implemented the collision detection using the SpriteKit framework for your iOS game. And collision detection, as you can tell, is extremely important aspect of game development. I cannot really think of any game that will not have a collision detection. Even Pong has a collision detection. Once you once you hit that ball with your paddle, then it goes to the other direction. So there's some sort of a collision detection actually going on in that also. And that is pretty much it. I hope you like this screencast, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much.